Hello, beautiful people. So today we're going to talk about how we are actually going to fold and gather the tool. Okay. So the first concept I'm going to talk to you about, all right, is called folding. And then the next thing we're going to do, okay, is then I'm going to show you exactly how to do the stitching. All right, to make sure that you can actually do the gathers and the folds, and this is going to be added onto a tutu. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So first and foremost, okay, we're going to talk about the folding. Now, one way to do it, okay, is you have one layer of fabric. Another way is to have two layers of fabric before you actually do the folding. All right. Now, when it comes to the stitching, there are two ways. There's either a straight line or you have your zigzags. All right. So for today, what we're going to do is we're actually just going to do a straight line over here. All right. So I'll show you exactly how to do it. And I'm going to do it with two layers of fabric. Okay. So if you want to learn how to actually do the folds to create your tutus and stuff like that, please keep watching. So I've already pre-cut some fabric over here. So this is just a very pretty light pink tulle. So I've cut them in 2 inches strips. So this one over here is 2 inches wide and it's just like really long. I think it could be about 6 meters or something like that. I don't know. I didn't really count. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to use 2 layers of fabric instead of 1 layer. Let me show you. This is 1 layer of fabric here. Right, so we are actually to fold it, you know, it's gonna look pretty sheer still and the color doesn't really pop. So what I prefer to do is I'll use 2 layers of fabric this way and then do our folds so that the color is a lot more, in a sense, opaque, so it just pops up a lot more. Okay, so this is exactly what we're going to do over here. Okay, so I'm just going to find the start of my fabric, which we had already folded. So it's over here somewhere. We already prepped it just now, but now it's gone. Okay, it's here. Okay, it's too messy. Okay, let me just open this whole baby up. Okay, so you see this is a really long piece of fabric. So I'm gonna make sure that everything is where it needs to be. You see, you should have pinned it. I should have pinned it. I didn't pin it. So this is why we have to do this now. Okay, but this is really a really long piece of fabric because I really wanted to make sure that we have enough, because it would suck if by the end of it, after sewing, you have not enough. You really want to cry at the point of time, which is not what I want to go through, not now at least. Okay, so from the end to the end, I'm going to match it this way, right? So you see, I'm just putting one on top of the other, okay? And then I'm going to the machine. I'm going to throw all this down. There you go. Okay, so I've already threaded the machine with similar color thread. It's a more warm shade of pink, which I love. For the sewing machine settings wise, let me just show you. So we're at straight stitch, the length at 4, width at 0. For this Singer heavy duty, there is a width option. Okay, needle position I'm putting in the center. Tension wise, we could leave it at 3/2, 4, about there, because this is not much of a stretch fabric anyway. Once you're ready, let's go over and zoom in here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna line this up, 2 fabrics together. You can just do a single layer as well. This is what I mean by a single layer, but I'm going to do 2 layers because I really want the color to come up. And then what you're going to do from here is, while you're sewing, you're actually going to do a fold. Okay, so you have one fold like that, and then after that you're going to do another fold this way. Okay, and you're just going to keep going like that. Now, the thing is, it's up to you how big and how narrow a fold you want it to be. I generally like it about 1 inch wide. I mean, 1 inch for the fold. That means after you're folding, this is 1 inch. Okay, so basically what you do is you grab fabric, you kind of do a twist like that. Okay, so you see how I'm folding it. Now, how narrow and how wide is also up to you. All right, so you can put it further away, you can put it nearer, but generally just not overlapping one after the other. Just make sure there is a little gap. Okay, that's what you want to do. All right, so I'm going to start with this fold first. I'm going to show you. I'm going to put it down the machine and I'm going to do a back stitch. So I'm lining up the edge of the fabric, okay, to the edge of the footer over here. It's up to you if you want to use this or you want to use any of the guides here to line your fabric to the footer or the seam guides, okay? Now, if you're not sure exactly how to do this, go check out other videos. We also have online sewing courses where you can actually learn how to do this yourself. If you have any questions, drop it down in the comments below. But if you found it useful for so far, don't forget to like and subscribe because it will mean so much to me and so much to the whole free movement team. So let's go ahead to start with a back stitch. Back stitch button is over here for this machine. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead to actually put this one in already. So I already have this fold here. I am then going to grab more fabric to create another fold. Okay, so I'm going to get more fabric. You see, I'm lifting up the footer so, you know, I can adjust it better. But basically, this is what you want to do. Create another fold. Okay, you can create a few folds at one time. Okay, again, this is up to you. How you actually want to create the folds, but you can see over here, this is some of the folds that's already created. Now, the main thing is just remember that all this is practice. So the more you practice, the better at it you become. And always remember just to make sure your needle is down into the fabric before you do your other fold because you don't want it to unravel and open because that would be really sad. I would be really sad if that happened. Yeah, so generally I make sure that the needle is actually poking into here so that it looks nicer. Okay, I'm gonna keep going so you can just watch. Again, if you have any questions, drop it down in the comments below. But as of now, if you're gonna ask me, okay, Sandra, how exactly are you measuring the folds? Right now, eyeballing it because, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. But you can go ahead to use a measuring tape here and do the measurements as well. Just that, to me, that takes a lot longer. Okay, but when I teach the online courses, in the online courses, I actually show you how to actually pre-pin the fabric first so that it's a lot easier for you to do this, a lot more manageable, and you don't have to worry about a lot of the other stuff, okay? So if it's your first time doing this, I recommend that you actually pin all these folds first. If you're not sure, if you want to really go in-depth into it, go check out our online courses because we definitely talk about that a lot more. All right, so you're just going to keep doing this for the whole bunch of fabric that you have over here. And then once I'm done with that, I'll be back. All right, so this is the final look of the entire strip over here. I actually hope it's long enough. I think so, yeah. But anyway, this is how it looks like. It actually looks really nice, really pretty. Let me show you this both sides. So when you're sewing it on, it's going to look really good. See, with all the folds. So if you want to actually have a very clean and neat pleat, you can actually go ahead to press iron. So you can just iron it on this way and just press it over just to make it really flat. But I actually love how this looks, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so this is the end. Now, if you need to trim at any parts, you know, you can go ahead to do that. You know, especially when you're cutting such a long piece of fabric, you know, it tends to happen. But yeah, if not, this is the end result. So I hope you like it. You can go ahead to add this onto any of your garments. But yes, this is one of the ways that we actually do our pleats so that we can add them onto a ballet tutu. I hope you found this useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop down in the comments below if you have any questions at all, okay? Like really anything at all. Like how do you thread a machine? You know, what kind of machines do we use? This is a single heavy duty. But more than anything else, definitely here to support your sewing journey, whether you're doing this as a hobby or if you're doing this as a business. Take care, stay safe. Until next week. Bye. Like and subscribe.